What's going on, guys? So as you can maybe see, footage is a little different. I don't know if it's better or worse, but I picked up a GoPro Hero 5 today, and as you can see, I'm checking it out. So this is kind of going to be a, just a demonstration, just to get the feel of it. But we are going to go for a little cruise, and I've got a little thing off of Facebook that I'm going to go and talk about. So yeah, let's get this little startup. Audio is going to be. Hopefully it's good. I know on the newer GoPros it's supposed to be a lot better, but we're going to find out. So hopefully it is. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this bad boy out of the garage and let's go. Alrighty guys, so like I said, new GoPro, so I really don't know how it's going to react or what it's going to like or how loud I should talk or any of that stuff. So we're just kind of going to roll with it with this first video and see how it turns out. So I was browsing through Facebook the other day and I saw this post, and it was like, for you petrol heads, copy, change your answers, and repost or whatever. So I thought that was kind of cool. Figured I'd do a little video on it, testing out this GoPro, and if you do like the idea, you can make one yourself. Leave a link to it in the description or something. I'll check it out. But yeah, let's get into it. So I think it's 15 different questions. The first one is your first vehicle. So for some of you OG subscribers, you know that I had a silver F-150. It was a 2006 XLT 4x4. I got that truck when I was between 16 and 17. My dad bought it for me, and I did a couple things, leveling kit, wheels and tires, exhaust, stuff like that. Had it for a good while. Got tired of paying like $100 for gas to fill it up and stuff, so that's when I went ahead and got my other car. But that was my first vehicle. Second question is the last car you sold. So I'm sure if any of y'all that have watched my recent videos, I recently had a 2006 Corvette Z06, Velocity Yellow, had cam, bunch of stuff done to it. That's the last thing I sold. Had it for what, a month or two. Just wasn't for me. It wasn't a good cruiser. It sucked gas. It just wasn't near as fun for how I enjoy cars. Sure, if I was out in Texas or something, racing everybody all day, every day, sure, it would have been a great car. I probably would have loved it to death. But for what I like to do, cruising with friends, doing donuts, burnouts, just having fun, it just wasn't for me. So that's the last car that I sold. Current cars. So current cars are obviously this 2017 Mustang Grabber Blue 5.0. Love it to death. I've had it for right over a month, so definitely my favorite car that I own right now. But with that being said, I also have a 2012 Chevy Cruze. It's a what is it? LTZ RS. Sorry, I forgot. They have so many different names and stuff. But yeah, that car, absolutely love it. I drive it every day. Super great on gas. It looks freaking good, or I think it does. But yeah, that's the two cars I have right now. So here's a tricky one. Favorite car you've owned. So I've had several fun vehicles. Fortunate enough to have them, and a lot of them have been a lot of fun. Top two choices would be this car or my last Mustang, which I haven't had this car long enough to say it is my favorite car I've ever owned. It's most likely going to be, and it's pretty safe to say it's going to be, but my last car, I had a ton of fun with it. It was very reliable, everything. Towards the end of me owning it, there was a couple things that, were starting to be a little weird on it or whatever, but yeah, it's a toss-up between that car and this car. They both are awesome. I both love them. This one, obviously, I've got right now, so I plan on it being my favorite car for sure. Next question is longest you've ever owned a car. So I think that would be my last Mustang. I had it almost 4 years, which is kind of crazy to like I've had it forever, but then again, it was, you know, I don't know, kind of weird. But yeah, about 4 years is the longest I've ever owned a vehicle. So next question is, how many vehicles have you owned? So I think it's 7. I had my first F-150. I had a silver 5.0 Mustang. I had a gray 5.0 Mustang. Backstory on that, long story. Anyways, then I had a 80-something S10. I had it for a little while as a daily driver. Then I had my 2005 Tacoma. And then I got my Chevy Cruze. And then I got that Corvette. And now I've got this. So yeah, that should be 7. We're about to pull up where I'm currently going. So I'm gonna run in here, get what I need, and I'll be back. Alright guys, got me a little bit of groceries. I did notice that I had the AC on a little bit. Hopefully that didn't mess up the quality, but we'll see. There is a nice little storm brewing. Hopefully we will outrun it and get home in time. My car's not clean by any means right now, but you know, good old thunderstorm's just not ever that fun. So let's get out here. Hopefully the wind noise doesn't mess up anything, but I'll just have to see. Alright, so our next question is, what car do you wish you never sold? Or what vehicle? So, I guess I would have to say that is my first truck. Honestly, I wish I had kept it because, you know, at that time, I never knew that I would be able to, you know, have 2 vehicles. So, I was like, I just got out of high school, just started my first job. I was like, you know, I can make some payments. So, I sold it though to get a good down payment, and wish I hadn't of, just so I could, you know, still have my first vehicle. But yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, that would be the one that I wish I'd never sold. So the next one is your most fun car you've ever had, vehicle, whatever. So I guess this kind of goes back to my favorite car question, because it's really based off of fun, but I guess it's pretty much the same answer, either my last Mustang or this one. The trucks had super fun in my F-150 and in the Taco. They were both super fun cars, or trucks, for what they were. But, you know, it's kind of weird if you've never had a car, but once you get a car, trucks are just not that fun. I mean, they're cool, you know, they have their own way of being fun, but you just can't beat a car. So it definitely have to be my last Mustang or this one. Worst vehicle you've ever owned. So that would definitely have to be my little S10. Quick story on it. I actually got it, my dad bought it off someone and he drove it for a long time, way back when, and it ended up blowing the motor. So it was just sitting out in the yard, and he was like, yeah, you can just, you know, give me a couple $100 and you can have it. So I did that, and then I went and got a new used motor put in it, and I did drive it for a while. It didn't have AC. It was a little 2-door. It wasn't long bed, but it wasn't real short either. I don't know. But you know, it was pretty fun. It sucked at times. Had the roll-up windows and stuff. Had multiple things, just like no AC and stuff, that made it pretty much suck. But then, let's see. When I went to get the Taco, I sold it, and the guy I sold it to, you know, you can't just abuse old cars. He drove the piss out of it, ended up blowing that motor on it. So it was kind of cursed, even though I saw it the other day, and this has been years since I haven't had it. So it's pretty cool to see someone else has fixed the motor or put a new one in it, and it's still running around. You've got 40K, what do you go buy? I'm saying a new, probably new, maybe a little used, F-150 or Chevrolet or GMC truck. Because obviously I have the Cruze, I have this Mustang. Truck would be, it'd be mint. So that that would be definitely what I would go buy if I had 40 grand just to spend on a vehicle. Favorite manufacturer? You know, that's gonna have to be Ford, just because of how much fun I've had with my cars. I've had 3 Mustangs, so, and I'm back in one now, so definitely favorite manufacturer would have to be Ford. Least favorite manufacturer? I don't really have one. I would say it's Chrysler, even though I love Dodge stuff, but I'd have to say it's Chrysler just because I despise the PT Cruiser that much. But yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick, I guess it would be Chrysler because of the PT Cruiser. It drives me nuts. You barely see them anymore, but still, they're just awful, man. Favorite car in the world? I don't really know. I'm not real crazy on exotics. You know, they're awesome and everything, but you know, they're so, I hate to say unattainable. They're not practical. They you know, they're hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I don't really have a desire to, you know, strive for one of them. I don't know, maybe that's a bad way to look at it or whatever, but yeah. So I don't know, maybe a Ford GT. I do really like Lamborghini Huracans, however you say it. So I guess maybe that would be one. Car you hate the most in the world? PT Cruiser. Definitely hate them. And the final question is, what is the last thing, modification-wise, you purchased for your vehicles? So I guess technically it would be my taillight tent, which has got a buttload of bubbles in it, and I'm hoping it didn't have all the bubbles in it. Like it looked really good, and then I got it outside. I don't know if it's because it's in the cool basement. It sat overnight and the whole next day, but I got it out. I don't know if it's because of the cool basement, and then go it outside and the humidity is so bad. I don't know if that like put air bubbles back into it somehow, but yeah, that and the springs are my last 2 modifications. That concludes my little list. Hopefully this footage came out pretty good. I can see the GoPro a little wiggly, but hopefully the footage is sturdy and still. But hopefully I don't have to redo all this, but we'll see. Y'all let me know, do you like the new GoPro? What kind of videos do you want to see with it? Obviously now I got a suction cup, and I got one of the little tripod things to stick it some places. So got multiple things to use it on. Rodney's car is coming back soon, so that's going to be awesome. 700 plus wheel horsepower Hellcat. Then this car, you know, going to do a lot of videos on it. Mead got exhaust. You know, y'all, I'm sure y'all all love seeing Gear's car, the Z06. So yeah, y'all let me know what kind of videos you want to see, and I'm gonna roll the windows down a little bit, do a couple pulls. Hopefully the audio comes out good, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Doing a quick walk around just to see how the camera looks. Got it on the medium setting as far as how wide it is, so gets a wide angle, but it's not too far where everything just looks weird. Give it a couple revs. Nice. Alright guys, y'all let me know how it looks. and I'll see you on the next video.